think you should toot your own horn. A lot of us hear that we shouldn't do that, right? Like, don't toot your own horn. We don't want to be too focused on ourselves. We always want to make sure that we're elevating other people. And yes, it is really important to elevate and shine a light on the goodness other people are doing and to give credit where credit is due. All of that is absolutely true. And at the same time, especially women, there's a tendency to downplay our accomplishments or to hide them or to not bring any attention to them, and then to end up feeling frustrated and unfulfilled in our careers and not having the kind of growth that we want. Hi, I'm Rachel Druckenmiller, and I work with organizations, leaders, and teams to help them elevate their confidence, resilience, connection, and courage. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you why I think it is so important that we toot our own horn. So one of the things that I did when I was working in corporate is I made sure that if I had achieved something or I'd accomplished something or a client was really happy with a service that I had provided or something that I did for them, I made sure that the decision makers, that the powers that be knew about it. A lot of times we just assume, oh, it'll bubble its way up. It'll get there eventually, right? Someone will eventually notice what I'm doing and then praise me for it, and then I'll get more opportunities. But the reality is most of us on a day-to-day basis are so focused on our own stuff that we're not necessarily thinking about like what 15 other people are doing or what they need. And so that's why it's really important for us to be mindful of tooting our own horn, or another way of saying this, acknowledging and being willing to bring attention to our own accomplishments. There was actually some research that was done that I was talking about in a workshop and keynote that I was doing with a group of women leaders that found that of all of the things that women leaders did to advance their careers, to have more satisfaction, to increase salary growth, making their accomplishments known was one of the most effective things that they could do to make those other two things happen, making their accomplishments known. And so here's what it can look like. For instance, if you get an email from a client that's really happy with something that you've done, and they've said specifically, it's just this email that's full of praise, or perhaps even a voicemail that you got, or something that points to the impact of what you've done. What I would do is if I noticed that somebody like my boss, for instance, was not copied on that email, I would forward the email and say, hey, I know you really like to see and hear stories of happy clients, and I've got a happy client in this email today. Just wanted to make sure you were looped in and aware. Hope you're having a great day. Send over. Now the difference here is, even though, yes, ultimately it brings attention to the contribution I made, the focus of the email is, hey, look, executive in the company, I know that you want to have happy clients. And so I'm bringing attention to the fact that one of our clients, particularly if it's an especially valuable client, especially important client, to bring attention to that and say, hey, look, the work that I'm doing is impacting somebody and something that matters to you. So we have to recognize that if we ultimately make our accomplishment about something that's helping the greater good or that's helping the collective, then it doesn't feel so selfish and self-serving, which is one of the main reasons why most of us don't call any attention to our accomplishments. And instead, we downplay or diminish or we discount or we do something other than tooting our own horn. So if you're uncomfortable with tooting your own horn, just tell yourself, hey, I'm bringing attention to an accomplishment that's going to help accelerate my growth and my impact so that I can do more of the things that are making a difference. It's just a reframe of thinking what tooting your own horn is. We're told not to do it from the time we're itty bitty. And I think it's one of the reasons why so many women are so frustrated in their careers is because they're not calling attention in a healthy way to the things that they're doing well, that are making a difference and having an impact. So the next time that you notice that your career growth is lagging or you're not feeling particularly satisfied, ask yourself when the last time was that you took an account of your achievements and your accomplishments and any progress that you've made or wins that you've had, because just doing that for yourself can have benefit as a way of helping you to capture the progress that you've made, because capturing our progress and meaningful work, keeping track of that, is actually one of the most effective ways to help ourselves stay motivated. So if for no other reason, it'll help you to feel more motivated. And then as you start to share the impact that you're having, you want to make sure that people that are the decision makers know about the impact that you've made and the difference that it's made in the lives of the people that you're serving. So that's why I want to encourage you to toot your own horn. I hope you found this video helpful. For more insights on how to build your courage, confidence, career, and connection, you can follow me, Rachel Druckenmiller, on LinkedIn. And I'm also on Instagram at Unmuted Life. And if you want to learn more about the work I do with organizations, leaders, and teams, you can check out my website, unmutedlife.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.